Preseason picks for the 2025 college football playoff national championship are in. And one of college football's most respected and revered voices is all Bama. Why? I'm about to tell you. Stick around. Let's talk about it. This is Way Offsides. 3, 2, let's go. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever the case may be. Welcome in to your favorite college football show here on YouTube, Way Offsides. That's way with 4 A's. 3's not enough, 5's too many. Just like in the word Alabama. 4. We get a big old roll tide down there in the comment section before we go anywhere, please. Yeah, it's a thing of beauty. It's so beautiful. Why is it so beautiful, Cotton? Because Monday's out of the way. The last Monday before the Alabama college football season starts is over with. This Monday was it doesn't matter how bad today was. It doesn't matter how bad next Monday is or the next one, because you know there will be college football on that weekend. You are working towards something. Hey, we get it. We're right there with you. I promise. And we're going to be right there with you throughout the whole season. All you have to do is like, subscribe, give a thumbs up on this video so other folks can find us. And like I said, leave a big roll tide in the comment section below. Let me know where you're watching from. If you're not a Tide fan and you like what we're doing, feel free to join the family. You can leave a big roll, whatever. Keep it decent. Don't be crazy, please. Oh, with the preseason come ridiculous predictions. We did ours last week on the live show. Surprise, surprise, everybody of the Way Offsides family has picked Alabama to win the national championship. No surprise there. We're a little biased, but somebody who makes a profession out of not being biased, even though he is, has also picked the Tide. Now, for those of you who have watched the show for a while, you know that I have the utmost respect for some of the front folks in this field. Guys that we've had on the show, Nick Kelly in journalism, Clint Lamb, analyst over there at Cover Crimson. Just really solid individuals who love covering Alabama sports, who love talking to fans, readers, watchers. But one of my favorite, and I guess this is on a different level. No offense, Clint and Nick. I get it. We're all working towards it. But one of the favorites all the way across the board really is Josh Pate. And for those of you who don't know Josh Pate, I definitely suggest you go give him a watch after this. He is one of the most entertaining dudes, one of the most knowledgeable dudes that covers college football as a whole. It's not just Alabama. He covers everybody. We try to cover some other people, but you guys are heavy on the Bama, just like we are. But Pate is who I aspire to be when I grow up. I want to be like Josh Pate, just with more hair when I grow up, and maybe not the storm chasing. That's a little risky. So for those of you who follow Josh Pate, you know what I'm talking about. But I have a ton of respect for Josh Pate and his thoughts when it comes to college football, especially when he tries his best to be unbiased. Pate is notably an Alabama fan. Folks know that. But keep in mind, yes, he picked Alabama to win the national championship in 2025. Last year, before the season started, he picked Ohio State. And he was right. He was absolutely right. But I want to talk about why, bias aside, why Pate picked Alabama. There's a couple of different reasons. Some of them are things he said as to why, and some of them are what I think. I think Pate, much like a lot of you, because you watch our show, are very much aware of how successful Kalen DeBoer's been in year 2 everywhere he's gone. There is no reason that success should not continue at Alabama with the resources, the talent, the roster, the support that he has there on that team. It's just going to lend itself to him continuing that spree of just having really good seasons in year 2. There's no way guys like Josh Pate don't recognize that. I believe Nick Kelly has talked about it recently. Some other folks, Brett Greenberg, I think, just a lot of people are kind of, noticing and going, hey, wait a minute. And Alabama has all the talent in the world. They have just as much as anybody else in college football, as the best programs out there. I mean, it's Alabama, right? People want to act like just because Nick Saban isn't there, it's not Alabama anymore. Well, it is. The brand is still lethal. Josh Pate understands that. He absolutely understands that. He understands that as well, that Alabama has been in a position to where they could maintain depth while also trimming fat. Alabama is the only team in the country, as far as I know, that didn't lose anybody in the spring portal window. That is huge. That is, if Alabama wins a national championship in 2025, people will be talking about that coming into this season, because what that's going to do is show that you don't have to play the transfer portal game to win a natty. Now, Alabama would go get a couple pieces, don't get me wrong, but in terms of being able to maintain the talent they had on their roster, they did it. They did it, which is fantastic, because we all know what happened the year before when Nick Saban retired. 40 plus players leave campus, and they still go 9-4. Bama's blessed, man. That's another thing Josh Pate understands. He understands that Bama is blessed, not just with their roster talent. Alabama has one of the most, if not the most talented roster in the country. They also have one of the most elite staffs in the country. You bring Ryan Grubb over from the NFL. We all know how good Grubb has been with DeBoer and Sheridan everywhere they've gone. We know how good Courtney Morgan has been behind the scenes at these places, Michigan, Washington, evaluating talent for those specific, for the specific needs of that head coach and those coordinators and how they're going to use these players. And Morgan has done a damn good job so far at Alabama. A really good job. Really good, actually. Surprisingly good. Kind of crazy. Next, Pate, unlike a lot of people, has been pretty close to the program leading up to the season. He goes to a lot of camps, sees a lot of players or teams in person. I know he's been to Oregon, Texas, Alabama, a bunch of different places. I think Ohio State. He walked away from Alabama, and watching him, I watch a lot of his stuff. That's the only team I heard him say that's a dang good football team. That's a deep, well-coached, disciplined football team. And he specifically talked about the secondary, which we know how good that secondary is going to be, but the term has been no drop off between the 1s and 2s and maybe even the 3s. And that's a big statement. Where does that depth come from? Well, it's because the staff was able to keep everybody on campus. Where else? Because they're able to evaluate really good talent. Dijon Lee Jr. comes into Alabama. Ken Womack and Kalen DeBoer have both said they are comfortable with playing this kid. It's a true freshman. Have you seen him? Just go look at him. It's crazy. I'm not going to edit this video because I want to get it out fast, but I mean, it's nuts. If I was going to edit it, I'd put a big picture of him up on the screen, but ain't nobody got time for that today. We got college football to talk about. Not only that, you've got a mature quarterback who has been in the system for a long time, who is working behind a veteran offensive line. Yes, you lose guys like Tyler Booker, but Alabama's offensive line, between all of them, you go get Cam Dewberry. Obviously, we all know Tyler Booker. Parker Brailsford has been phenomenal since he's been in Tuscaloosa. The right side of the line, there's a little bit of question mark, but really not. Those guys got plenty of valuable snaps last year. It makes all the sense in the world that Josh Pate picked Alabama. This wasn't a gut, emotional response. This was a well thought out, strategic, analytical decision by him, just like he made last year with Ohio State, and he was right. And I'm sold. I'm sold on it. I'm sold in the fact that Alabama, I've been saying it, man. I've been saying it video after video, and I get excited the more I say it and think about it. Alabama has all of the pieces in place. The most important things being the continuity, the renewed discipline on the team that we keep hearing about, right? Ken Womack spoke today and was talking a little bit about that. Kalen DeBoer spoke today and was talking about the maturity at the quarterback position and just in general on this team. It all lends itself to making a run. Now, I think at some point in time, Alabama is going to face some adversity, It could be in week 1, and they'll have to overcome that. But I think that's going to help them be better when they get to the postseason. Because man, that it's harder to win a national championship than it was 2 seasons ago. If you don't, what is it? If you don't get the bye, or if you get the bye, you got to win 3 games. If you don't get the bye, you got to win 4. Correct? I don't know. My math may not be mathing, but you know what I mean. Yes, I'm pretty sure that's right. And it's a one and done situation. I firmly believe in what guys like Josh Pate are seeing to make them so confident to pick Alabama. He said it, man. He said, that is a dang good football team. That is a good, disciplined, well-coached football team in Tuscaloosa. I believe him. I do. And it gets me excited. I got a crimson fire in my belly that's just ready to go. Ready to go. We've heard rivalry fan bases all off season. 9-4 is the best you're going to do without Nick Saban, blah, blah, blah. Think about how sick everybody's going to be if Bama goes 10-2, 11-1, and winds up in the playoffs. Hell, if they go 9-3 and wind up in the playoff. I'm telling you guys, I think that, yes, there will be some games in which Alabama struggles a little bit, but overall, this team is going to be one we look back on in 10 years from now and go, we remember very fondly. We remember and talk about this team in the same breath as 2020, as 2015. I'm excited, man. I'm excited. And it's going to lay a foundation for Kalen DeBoer to be in the conversation with some of the other greats. And once he wins 2, look out. Look out. I want to see that statue outside of Bryant Denny. How about you guys? I want to see it. So thanks for sticking around with me. Like I said when we started, man, there's so much that we're going to be talking about over the next week to get you ready for Alabama FSU. We've got a crazy packed live show Thursday night. Clint Lamb's going to be on with us. We're going to pick all the games for this weekend. We're going to break down Florida State and Alabama. Would love for you to be on with us live. That show is at 8 p.m. Central Time right here on YouTube. You can also watch it on X, but if you're watching on YouTube, you can go ahead and subscribe. Also got some a pretty exciting news. Old Bill will be back very, very, very soon. That means he'll actually be writing a lot more for the website. So the blog will be updated regularly throughout the season, starting in about a week. With all the content and videos, I don't have time to do both. So I'm really excited that Bill's back and we're going to be able to get that ball rolling. If you haven't seen the website, you can go check it out at wayoffsides.com. Once you get there, you can go ahead and put in your email and subscribe. And what that does is that everything we post through the website, it'll send it to you automatically. So pretty cool stuff. Absolutely. So thanks for sticking around with us. Absolutely love each and every one of you. One more for the road. Say your prayers, read your Bibles, wash your hands, horns down, beat Auburn and LSU and Tennessee to roll tide.